You know what's interesting? Oh, yeah.
Hello, everybody. It is the Morning Metro, February 16th, 2019. We, of course, are your hosts, Gert21 and Gertron, with special guest, Stuntman. Hello. Good morning, everybody.
Hello.
How is everybody this morning?
Oh, I'm doing just fine.
You're just kind of like half there.
I'm totally just half here.
I mean, you're always just half here, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, see, in Alaska, I had to get up at 6 o'clock.
Oh,
So that way I could be on the show at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And this man does not wake up in the morning.
We have some people in the chat. Hello, Cian. Good morning. Yeah, I woke up at like 10. You know, that's no big deal. I mean, if anything, Stomach, you could just take a nap later if you wanted to. After
Just
the
take
show.
a nap later.
Unless you're one of those people that like once you're up, you're up.
Normally, once I'm up and moving around. But yeah.
Oh my gosh. Gertron, how are you this morning? Hopefully a little bit more awake.
I'm doing great. It's been a interesting week to say the least. Happy to be here. Happy to be here. And I'm just looking through all the articles we're going through. About 90% of them, I think there might be only like one or two here. That I haven't actually looked into myself already.
Oh, rip.
So
wow.
This is actually kind of good.
Interesting.
I got things to say.
Well, that's good. Right, and actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and get something arranged here. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and actually just jump right into our first article without further ado. And good morning, the Red Squids, by the way, and thank you, Cian, for the host of the show. We appreciate it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into our first article, which I believe belongs to Stuntman. So would you please? If we're not having technical difficulties.
I don't know. I
Hello?
don't know. Hello?
Wait. Hello?
Where'd he go?
Are you here? Wait. I believe did his microphone just conk out?
I have a feeling someone
Someone-
fired.
Oh dear.
So should we just move on to the next article, and then when he is alive,
We
come
could do
back
that.
to him?
We
that.
we
You
could do
will
that.
have your article, Stuntman.
I don't know if I
Once
did.
your mic is fixed.
Can he hold on?
Alright, there we go.
There we go. Okay. He's back.
Hey.
I don't know why. Every once in a while, my internet likes to kick off for some reason.
Okay, so if we're ready, you could go ahead and take your article if you're good.
Oh, are we jumping right in?
We're jumping right
Yeah.
in. Yes, jumping right in.
Alright.
By the way,
so-
welcome Stuntman to the Morning Metro.
Yes, good. Yes, welcome indeed. All right, go for it.
And he's having internet issues.
It would not be in the Morning Metro without technical difficulties.
You know what? This is fine. Regular news stations, they have issues as well. I mean, I was watching Fox News this week, and they were trying to talk to this guy over Skype, and Skype wasn't having it. And they're like, "Oh darn, we're having some technical issues. We'll come back later."
Oh man.
I'm so mad.
Well, while your video is working, you could speed rush through it.
Alright, name this one. Devil's Lettuce leads to finding an abandoned real tiger. Police initially thought that they were so high, and we're just imagining it.
Ah.
Wow,
Oh.
you got the title in there. That's cool.
If video's not working for you, you can just do audio. That's perfectly fine too.
Okay, I'm going to kill one thing so that way I can save another.
Okay.
So, alright, I'm killing one thing and saving another.
Okay. Sounds
Great.
great. Let me go ahead and clear that. All right. Go for it.
Alright. Hopefully she sticks around now.
Oh, that's some serious software gore indeed. Yes. So basically what? So they were the police like high and they thought they saw a tiger? Is this what the
No, so there were some teenagers, and what they were trying to do was they're just trying to find a place to smoke a little bit of wacky back.
Uh-huh.
A little bit of the marijuana.
Uh-huh.
There's an abandoned building in the neighborhood.
Mhm.
They broke into it,
Mm.
and upon breaking in, they found a tiger.
Oh. What?
Oh.
How? How does a tiger just get in the back of... how?
keep in
Yeah.
mind, this did happen in the United States. This did not happen in India or a place native for tigers.
Mm.
And this was a suburban neighborhood.
Wow. That's actually kind of impressive and scary at the same time.
Now, when they decided to call the police and report about the tiger, the police assumed, because the teenagers were very honest about their actions, that they were probably just so high that they were hallucinating things.
Wow.
And it took a bit of convincing that no, they were not hallucinating, and to please send the police over.
Yeah, they probably wish they were hallucinating.
Probably.
Probably. The tiger was being held in a cage that was meant for a large dog.
Oh my!
And
What?
was secured with nylon straps and a screwdriver.
What?
Mm-hmm.
A tiger could easily rip through all that.
Who has a pet tiger? How?
There are people who do have pet tigers.
I know, but why?
Because I mean, it's exotic, especially if you're rich.
They must have been okay. As I jokingly say, only for the rich. But like,
But if they were rich, why'd they just leave the tiger in such poor condition?
because they're stupid.
When I looked at the pictures, when I looked at the pictures of the tiger and stuff like that, it actually looked to be in decent health.
Yeah.
So I didn't really see anywhere that it mentioned anywhere that it had been well taken care of or recently abandoned or anything like that. But I did write a note that it strangely enough, it did look well fed.
Huh.
At the very least, it looked well fed.
Maybe the owners were eaten.
Lols.
Maybe.
They
Question
deserve it. I'm sorry, they deserve it if they're.
Maybe that's why the house was abandoned.
Exactly.
Oh.
The plot thickens.
Oh no.
Oh,
But
here's the story. So they had a maid who decided to throw her bosses into the kennel,
Oh.
shut the gate, leave them in there, and the
Oh.
tiger ate.
Oh.
And then the maid left.
Oh.
Oh, I think we've got our. I think we've got it. I think we've cracked the case.
You know what would be sad is if later on they find out that was actually the case.
That would be disturbing and sad, and I would feel very bad about it.
Oh, I think we all would. I think we all would. deep down.
That's some like, I just kind of like. Oh wait, it wasn't loud enough here. I'm thinking this. Why?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So Meow, they named the tiger Tyson after the Hangover movie.
Oh. Huh. I was thinking of Mike
I would've
Tyson.
thought Mike Tyson.
Yeah, same actually.
Yeah, well, they did name it after Mike Tyson from the Hangover movie.
Oh.
Because
okay.
there's a distinct difference between the real Mike Tyson and Mike Tyson in the Hangover movie.
Oh gosh.
He doesn't truly play a real self. He plays an exaggerated version of himself, who
my
owns a
goodness.
tiger.
Oh.
So in the movie,
Okay.
Yeah.
Haha. Okay. In other words, folks, don't keep pet tigers because there might be somebody that might get high and call the police on you. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. Well, moving on down the article train. That was interesting.
I just wanted to throw that article in there because I saw it when I was looking for articles, and I was like, we have to talk about this because it's probably one of the most hilarious situations. You would think it was from a comedy sketch.
Oh goodness.
911,
Don't you?
There's a
Doesn't it sound?
freaking tiger in this house.
It sounds like a comedy sketch, doesn't it?
A little bit. I guess so.
Can you see it play like on Saturday Night Live? Like 4 of them like stumbling up to a house, like, "Hey, this one will work, man." Yeah, and they break in and
Call
they're
police.
like already stoned, and somebody opens up a door. And there's a tiger in a cage, and he just stares at it. He's like, "Whoa,
Whoa, dude, this experience,
Oh
man.
my goodness.
Dude, we had to call the police, man. Hello?
And
There's
then they
a
call the police.
tiger.
And the police are high too. They're like, "The fuck you talking about, man?"
Right?
Oh, sorry.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's great. Well, speaking of other things that are great, and I thoroughly have enjoyed this since it came out. Apex Legends hit 2.5 million players in a week.
2.5? 2.5?
Well,
25.
Well, okay, they put as 2.5 million in the article, but the title says 25 million. So somebody can't.
Which one's right? And then later on in the article it said that it is now rung up more than 25 million. Oh, they're saying the first day.
Oh,
2.5 million, and now it's 25 million.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, yeah, so Apex Legends, as you guys know, kind of blew up on Twitch almost about like it would have been like a week ago, like last Monday or the Monday before that. It's been out for at least 2 weeks now. And I have played it and thoroughly enjoy it. Gertrude, get it downloaded.
I don't know yet.
You need to play it. It's so
many battle royale games.
This one's good.
There.
You'll like this one. You'll like this one.
Now, Apex Legends. Remind me again. My brain this morning.
So Apex Legends is based off of the Titanfall universe, and in the game, when your teammate dies, you can respawn them. And the idea is to take out all the squads before they respawn all their teammates to continue on in the fight. And the gunplay on it is super good. Like, I absolutely love it. I've already have like a few favorite guns. I'm just like, when I get into a fight, I'm just like, give me the guns and everything. But yeah, so it got really super popular on Twitch. And everybody like Shroud and Ninja and Dr. Disrespect and quite a few other people were like just playing it like crazy and stuff. And it actually was #1 on Twitch for at least a solid week and actually beating out Fortnite, which is really huge because Fortnite was like super popular. And I would be surprised.
Bud, are you actually live right now?
Yeah, I think so. Let me check.
I can't play your stream.
Well, that's weird. It is playing on my dashboard though. Someone sound off in chat. Are we live? Well, Cian can see it because you're playing back. Anyway.
Yeah, my friend messaged me and said that it's not working.
Cian says we're live. So, if anything, there'll be a recording they can check out later.
Yeah, sure. I can't even play it.
Weird. Tech issues. I wouldn't be more mature without it. Anyway,
interesting.
So let's see, where is this? I'm trying to make sure I can. Okay, since we launched Apex, so this is from PCGamer.com. With a quote here saying, since we launched Apex Legends last week on Monday, we've seen the creation of Apex Legends community that is excited, thriving, and full of feedback and ideas. Zappella wrote in an update, our goal is to build this game with you, our community, so keep giving us your feedback because we're really listening. Now, there's a lot of game companies that said that they're listening. So my question is that actually... Are they actually listening, or is this just another wonderful PR stunt? Let's talk. Okay, let's talk about this for a minute. Companies that say that they're listening, are they really?
They're not. They're in the discussion. They're not. They don't care. It's all about the bottom line.
I like to think though that there are some good companies though out there.
Name one.
Nintendo. They've always had good stuff.
You think they actually listen?
Probably not. No, I don't know.
No, they don't remotely listen. The only time they actually listened was when YouTubers went on strike and forced Nintendo to drop their whole copyright crap.
You know, actually, it's interesting you should mention that because I actually had posted some gameplay footage of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and I got a warning on my channel about it being like, oh, you're infringing on something or other, and we're gonna put like a little ad next thing. I was like, okay, like it doesn't matter because I'm not with a YouTube network anymore since YouTube changed the rules about that. But like it is like whether they are or they're not, I don't know. Like I mean, even what was it? I think it was. Oh, who makes Call of Duty Black Ops 4? I keep forgetting now. Is it Activision?
That's Activision and Tetrarch?
Tetrarch, yeah. I think somebody was like, I heard somebody quote saying like they were taking like community like feedback, but the question is like, I guess you would have to see like if you say something, and if they change it, then they're listening. But if they say it and then they don't, then it's just like, no, we're just saying this as usual. Like it's always bullcrap at the end of the day. But I like to try to give every company a chance to say like at least to prove that they are. I mean, I can tell you though, like Gertrude, those user testing things. I actually got one of those that actually had to do with Apex Legends, and it was actually a survey thing. Yeah.
Cool.
So, I mean, to me, to get a survey from that site about that game kind of makes me feel like that they might be listening, but I guess it depends on who is, like, was that survey just for the service, or is it for, I don't know. That's just, we'll just have to see, I guess, in the coming months how it goes. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, because, like, I at least enjoyed it. I know a lot of other people have enjoyed it. And it just it sort of feels like the battle royale game that everybody was waiting for, in my opinion, because the way that it plays. And I could never get into Fortnite. Like the idea of just building something and shooting somebody at the same time, it's too distracting. It's like it's kind of too. It's sort of like it's too ADHD inducing.
It certainly is. I'm sorry. I kind of have to focus on certain things. Multitasking, it depends on what's going on, and that's why just Fortnite building and shooting. I can do one or the other.
Yeah,
one or the other.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old and can't handle the first-person shooter games anymore. I come from Doom era, man. And Quake.
Quake
and stuff like that.
Epic.
Yeah, and Unreal Tournament. I mean, Unreal Tournament was really super fast paced and things. But it's like I try to get into these shooter games anymore, and it's like they're crap flying around, and everything's puking rainbows, and there's candy falling from the sky, and
then you have some hacker over there that just swings his knife around, killing everybody.
Have you guys? Have you guys?
Somebody that shoots a pole and it like bounces a bullet all around the map, killing everybody who's shooting them in the head.
Oh my goodness!
Have you guys checked out? I don't know if it's still free. Have you guys checked out? I think it's Quake Champions on Steam. I think it's free actually. That's actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
I was actually pretty good at that when I want to stream it because it is really fun. But the game that I really miss, honestly. That was like the only other game that, because like playing Apex reminded me of another game, and I feel like we're going off the rails today, but that's okay. I feel like with everything that happened in the first couple minutes of the show, I just figure whatever now up to this point. I mean, we have articles. Don't get me wrong, we do have articles. I'm just kind of like quick talking about something here. I really Lawbreakers was a really good game. That was really super fun. Unfortunately, that is no longer a thing, and I feel like the Apex was like, it made up for the fact that Lawbreakers doesn't exist anymore, which was kind of frustrating. But Lawbreakers was a game that was like, you had like heroes that had abilities, and there were certain parts of the map that were like 0G gravity and stuff, and it was different from a tactical standpoint, because like you're flying around and there's things like shooting like at you, and you have to watch literally every direction all at once. That was fun to me. But Apex has been a good I mean, it's by a different company obviously, but it's been a good like gap filler for me for that type of gameplay and stuff. And CN says in chat, cough cough, Fortnite isn't FPS. Well then what is it? Like
technically it's an over the shoulder cuz well, I mean, you can go in first person on that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a hybrid. Yeah.
Interesting. So, question, because I was reading the comments down here, not in stream. I'm reading those as well, but down in the actual comments on the PCGamer.com stream.
Yeah.
Dave says 25 million. Wow, how painful must it be for Black Ops 4 developers? Oh, how I remind their faces when they announced Black Ops 4 and hailed it as the mother of all battle royale games.
Oops.
And the money shines in their eyes, and now totally destroyed. Rip. Unwanted annual MP. I don't know what that last part is all about. But
oh man,
how many people actually play? Black Ops?
I understand what they were referring to. So Call of Duty, that series as a whole, is released like FIFA, like once a year.
Okay.
Every year. I mean, they might as well start calling it Black Ops 2019, Black Ops 2020. At some point, because that's pretty much what they've done with it. And it's just basically the same thing, maybe with just a little bit updated graphics, and they might change some stuff, and some things might be changed for the worse or the better. And it's still a game service. It's sold as a game service that you have to pay for sometimes. So,
and the cool part is too, like, Apex is completely free. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 was paid for. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I've never played a Call of Duty game in my life at all. Okay, I did enjoy, and still do, the gameplay of Call of Duty Black Ops 4. But in the Blackout mode, there's something about the way that, like, Apex plays that feels very different. I don't know. There's something about the way that it plays that it feels different than the Blackout mode from Call of Duty. So it's almost like more appealing. And if somebody says like Battle Royale game, I'm gonna think like, oh, Apex. Like I'm gonna, like, you know, it's because I think, like, after, like, Fortnite just blew up on, like, in a crazy amount, like, I still don't understand why it's a big deal, because it's not that great of a game. It's semi okay, like, it's all right, but, like, I was getting sick of hearing about Fortnite. I'm like, my gosh, Fortnite really needs to be knocked down a few notches, in all honesty. And then Apex blew up, and I'm like, yes, finally something to compete with this, and it blew up as much as it did. And actually, as of looking today, let me go look at, I'm actually on Twitch here a little bit. It is now third in the spot with Fortnite behind. So Apex is over 200k viewers, and Fortnite has 128, which is really quite impressive. With obviously League of Legends and counter CS:GO.
I think the reason why Fortnite is so big is that it adds a couple of things into one game. It adds two things into one game that were once separate, and one was being really lusted after, and one was really big at the time.
Okay.
You have your sandbox. Mm-hmm. You're able to build pretty much anything, as long as within a blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have your massive online player-based shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Those were two big things that people were like the sandbox stuff that was super popular with Minecraft and all those other games coming out with Terraria and all the knockoffs and things.
Yeah,
and it was huge at the time. And then you had this really lusting after, like, I want a big, massive multiplayer shooter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And Battle Royale was huge in Minecraft. Huge.
True. Yeah, because Minecraft Hunger Games was a big deal, and still is, I think.
And then you start getting these standalone games that are starting to try to do Hunger Games, but in a different format, in a more first-person shooter format. And then when Fortnite came out with a more professional face, I guess, with the sandbox elements, you had a recipe for a hit game. You couldn't lose.
Mm-hmm.
With just that simple concept, you couldn't lose.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it got so big, and that's why it's remained so big, because it was the first one that did it.
Okay.
And they did it well.
Okay, I can. Okay, with that perspective, I can see a why. I can see where that would make sense.
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered what it looked like, and it wouldn't have mattered really how it played like, so much as the fact that those two ideas were combined.
That's a good point.
So, question: without any of you doing any additional research or scrolling around the screen, wherever you are right now, who do you think published this game? If you already know, great. If you don't, take a guess.
Respawn published Apex, and Epic published Fortnite.
Not creator, publisher. There's a difference between a developer and a publisher.
Yeah. No, he's right. He's totally right. I don't know.
Okay.
It's the publishers we love to hate.
EA.
EA.
Is it EA?
It is EA.
Wait, the published Apex?
Yeah, they published it. Respawn Entertainment developed it.
Oh, that's right.
EA published it.
Wow.
So let that sink in for a moment.
Oh, no, you know what? I remember that now because I mentioned to Grid that Respawn was very vocal in the fact that EA never touched their game because they didn't bother with it. Yeah, they're like, okay, you want to make it, go for it, and they never bothered ever again to mention it or look at it or even do any type of advertising.
And what I found interesting too, in this article, because I'm reading a little bit here about how that Twitch has had the Twitch Rivals Apex Legends Challenge with 48 streamers competing against one another for a $200,000 prize pool across 2 events on February 12th and 19th. And the start of the game's first season, which introduced characters, weapons, loot, and battle pass. Valentine's Day themed loot will be available for a limited time. So what I'm trying to get at a little bit here is with the way the Apex blew up, the fact it's on Twitch Rivals now, and also the fact that I noticed that. So I have a creator code through Epic Games. Great, you want to check out. Anyway, that when Apex blew up, the Epic Games suddenly was releasing free battle passes, which you normally have to pay for using in-game currency. So, like, to see how Respawn, I don't know if you count as Respawn or EA, because since EA like published it but didn't touch it, it's like however this works. Either way, Apex put a fire underneath Fortnite and Epic Games because everything was paid for. And honestly, the skins in Fortnite are kind of they're lame. I'm gonna say it, like they're just super lame and stupid. I'm like the fact you can dress as like they're
meant more to be cartoony more than anything else, because the game has a very cartoony.
Maybe I'm just old. Maybe I'm just not into cartoon stuff anymore.
I'm older than you, and I'm not into the cartoony stuff.
The only cartoony thing I'm interested in is a Ruby by Rooster Teeth. That's the only thing I'm actually in that's cartoony. Otherwise, anything else,
which just finished its 6th season.
I know. I'm so sad.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, I was gushing about it the other day because I downloaded the whole series, so that way I could just binge watch it.
I need to have a marathon because I have all the DVDs actually. But anyway, so yeah, anyway, it's the point is of all this. I know we've been going on. The point of all of this is just it's cool to see something compete with Fortnite finally and all that. And I'm done basically. So I'm trying to figure out whose turn this is for the.
Oh, it's mine.
Speaking of which, I wanted to mention this really fast while we were still on the subject of games.
Go for it.
There was the original studio that released Fallout. Is releasing a new game, and it looks like old school Fallout.
So Bethesda, basically.
It wasn't Bethesda that released the first Fallout game.
Really?
Like the studio. It was my mind is failing me right now. But they're releasing a new game. They were also the ones that developed Fallout New Vegas.
I always thought it was Bethesda that developed Fallout.
Fallout 1997. Post up.
Oh wait, no.
The developer was somebody else.
Oh,
Doesn't actually tell me in this. Why is it?
No.
not
Yeah.
Interplay Productions.
I think that's it. Yeah, I think it was Interplay.
Yeah, and then,
I'm
then
on
those people
right now, so I'm.
And those people formed a different company later on, and they were the ones that developed Fallout New Vegas.
But then,
if I remember right,
And
and
they're
then
Optic Pink now.
I'm not sure.
yeah. Hang on. You know what? You know what? Here, hang on.
I wikied it, and it says traded as OTC Pink.
Let me see. I have Fallout 3
wait,
on
maybe
a
that's not
disc
it.
here. Let me see if it says anything about the game. Wow, disc. I'm really old. Bethesda software. No, it just says it's just branded Bethesda on here.
Pink.
Oh, a Zany Max Media Company. Bethesda Software Works or Softworks, a Zany Media Company. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
Who knows?
Not sure, man. Well, anyway.
Well, in any case, they're releasing a new game, and it really dunked on Fallout New Vegas, or not in Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 76. And I have a friend of mine. He big, huge Fallout fan, and
Nice.
I finally got a little bit of time last night to sit down and talk to him because we were talking about something else that happened to a mutual friend of ours.
Mm-hmm.
And before we got off for the night, I finally got a chance to ask him. I was like, "What do you think of Fallout 76?
Mm-hmm.
What is your honest opinion?"
Mm-hmm.
And he took a couple of minutes, and he's like, "I liked it." And I was like, "You actually liked it?" And he was like, "Yeah, it was a Fallout game, but it was only a Fallout game if you actually enjoy reading in Fallout." Because that's where all the story was at.
Right, because it is a very read heavy story.
Yeah, and he's like, and it's sort of like Fallout in that case anyways, because a lot of the story was already in the text. There was a lot of NPCs and stuff that you had to talk to as well to get another part of the story, but a lot of it was already in text.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, I can understand why some people didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I enjoy going through and reading terminals and stuff like that. Like, I enjoy that aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, so I treated it like it was a regular Fallout game.
Gotcha.
So I still don't like it. I think it's stupid. I think it's ridiculous, and I think it could probably burn for all I care. But in the same token, there are people out there that do like it, and who like it for what it is, even with all of its bugs, because let's face it, they always release with bugs.
True.
So
I think Fallout could have definitely honed a lot better had they actually released what they had promised, because it looks really bad for Bethesda for what they did, because once again they give this information, and then what they ended up releasing was not what they should have given out, and it just ended up being quite a mess. So, but yeah, interesting though, for sure.
Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to get that out there real quick.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So this next article goes to Gertron. I haven't read this one, so please go ahead and take it away. And I think I find this article a little bit more humorous, because you do work with medical doctors and calling stuff and everything, or something like that. Whatever.
I don't think I'd call this particular one humorous though.
Oh well. Anyway, go ahead. Just go for it, and we'll decide from there. Just go ahead.
Okay. So we're gonna keep in mind that Grit said this was humorous. So, video shows thief taking boy's $40,000 cancer medicine off their porch.
Okay, maybe not humorous, but I was trying
humorous.
Okay, let's dissect this, Grit. Okay, poor cancer patient.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry. I misread it. I misread it. I misread
it. Cancer, a rare form of cancer.
A rare form of cancer.
Okay, so anyway,
rare, and it's so hard to treat, and he gets this medicine, and
I think I meant humorous in the sense that I think I meant humorous in the sense that Gertron is always telling me stories about being Was it? I keep forgetting what is it you do. Basically,
I do prior authorizations for pharmacy benefits and prescriptions.
That's why this article reminded me of you.
One because it pissed me off.
But grid. I mean, and it costs $40,000.
Right.
So
yes, I know.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Okay.
So hilarious. So hilarious.
Okay.
So hilarious. In fact, Grid, can you see the video here?
Yeah.
Let's play that video, please.
Let's make sure.
Please tell me they're crying in the video.
This is 14-year-old Gage Haynes. He takes 8 of these pills every day.
Why is this only in one channel?
I have systemic mastocytosis. It's a rare form of cancer, and it's just been happening my whole life, so I'm used to it. But now we finally found a way to help it, because my whole life there's really been nothing.
Haynes was diagnosed with systemic mastocytosis when he was 6 months old. Since then, he's been in and out of the hospital.
I always tell him that this is our journey. We were on this road for a reason.
Every day is a constant battle. Today proved no different. Around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, a man with an orange in one hand and a soda can in the other nonchalantly stole 2 packages from Stacy Shavinsky's front door.
Once I realized that it was my son's medication, then I got upset.
And he leaves the can.
Chemotherapy. Within 4 minutes, it was gone. A box that came with a hefty price tag.
I worked really hard to try to get him that. I did some financial assistance because the medication costs $40,000 a month because it's not FDA approved for anybody under the age of 18.
Oh.
Shavinsky says her family doesn't want the attention.
It really helps me out a lot, and I would feel a lot better so I can go to school, get good grades, get a good job. So just please return it.
They just want back what's rightfully theirs.
Wow.
You're not just taking, a pair of pants or a shirt. You're taking something that is keeping somebody alive.
Shakayla Alvarenga, 8 News Now.
What is this whole...
hilarious, Grid?
So hilarious, Grid. So hilarious.
So wonderfully hilarious. A paramount of true comedy.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I have a couple issues with this. Obviously, it is really bad this guy came up and stole it. I'm thinking if he knew what it was, he may have left it.
I mean, that's the point. These package thieves don't know what they're stealing.
What is this trend though with package thieves stuff? Why is this becoming a rising trend? Does anybody?
Okay. I think that I can explain this somewhat.
Okay, give it a shot.
It's slightly, I think, of meme culture.
Meme culture.
Partly.
Okay.
And I think that's probably where, because there's always been package thieves.
Okay.
But it's never been a huge problem. I mean, it might happen every once in a great while.
It's completely easy to do, though. The thing is, okay.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, and I'm just. Here's the thing. Okay, you put packages out on your front porch, or your postman leaves packages there. Usually, nobody's around. Nobody really cares who comes and picks them up, and neighbors don't really watch after their own neighbors, really, in most cases. And you can get some pretty good stuff from stealing people's packages. Now, in this particular scenario, I'm upset the guy did this, and I really hope they get fingerprints off that soda can. Just saying. But a $40,000 package, I'm sorry, I would have been paying for the extra security to where they don't drop it off unless you're actually signing for it, or it's something you have to go to the post office.
Yeah, that's kind of.
I'm sorry.
That's kind of interesting that she didn't.
I would not be leaving it on the front porch at all.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Why didn't she have it that she has to sign for it?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think it costs that much to pay for an additional protection where either A, you go to the post office and pick it up when they get it, or B, you have to sign for them to actually drop it off.
Yeah. I
mean, maybe $5-10 extra or something like that. And for $40,000 cancer medicine. So to a degree, I kind of blame the mother a little bit.
Yeah. Well, my question is, when this gentleman, whoever this is, or this jerk, not gentleman.
Somebody is echoing really bad.
Whenever, like.
Oh, that explains it.
Rip.
He came back. I didn't even know he came back.
Oh.
I was just trying it to see if it was working.
Well, what I'm trying to say is, the fact that like this guy like did this, like my question is, okay, so he takes it home, right? He takes it home, and what if he opens it? What is he gonna do with it? You know,
it's called the black market.
Oh,
well, if he has enough connections, a medication that costs $40,000, even if he lowered the price tag and he found somebody willing to buy it, he'd probably at least make another 10-20 grand off of it.
I do want to try to dissect that a little bit, because this is the problem with that thought process. Mostly package thieves are kind of opportunity. They see a package, they're like, oh, I'm going for it. Mm-hmm. And they go out and they grab it. I mean, the guy was carrying an orange and a soda. I don't think he was out looking for packages to steal. Saw it, ran up, grabbed it, and took it home. I doubt he has any kind of connections on how to sell that. Or where to sell it.
Yeah.
Especially a $40,000 specialized non-FDA approved medication. So the guy's probably not going to get anything out of it. The guy's probably already thrown it away because it wasn't anything interesting.
And the thing is too, the fact that like, you know, that just it, the fact that he has probably thrown it away, and now that's medication, because like it's not, you just don't throw like medication like away. Like that has to be disposed of properly depending on what's in it. I mean, that's kind of like you know,
yeah, and that's what makes this story so humorous, Grid.
I'm sorry, I misread it.
So humorous. Okay. But the good thing here is most likely the company that they bought the medication from is going to. I don't. It doesn't actually say here in the article how it's going to be working. But most likely that company will just send off new medication to the med.
They may not.
Charge. Well, here's the thing. With insurance companies, I know when you get your medication lost, your you have to have a police report to start off with, which I'm pretty sure this, you know, the fact that it's all over the country in the news, I'm pretty sure they have a police report. I'm pretty sure that's going to be qualifying. When your medication gets stolen, police report, et cetera, then you get your medication back again. They basically, you get it back at no charge.
Interesting.
Because you've already paid for it and it was stolen. That's why it's such a big deal that you have police report and it's reported. And in this case, it's reported. So I'm pretty sure they're just going to get another supply of medication at no charge. I would say they're probably going to be like, yeah, you're not going to leave that out on your front porch anymore. You're going to have to take these extra steps to make sure it doesn't get stolen again.
Well, I think here's the problem with that, though, is it stated in the article that it was a non-FDA approved medication and insurance did not cover it.
Well, it doesn't have to be the insurance company, because here it still works. Because if I go and buy medication without an insurance policy and it gets stolen from me, I can still go to the pharmacy, and as long as I have police report, they'll still give me new medication. It's happened to me before. Granted, I didn't get it stolen. I lost it, which that also will get you new medication as well, even if you've lost it. Of course, it depends on the medication, what they're going to do about it if you just say you just lost it.
Interesting.
In this case, $40,000 a month medication, just saying you lost it is probably not going to be enough. Having it stolen, now that's enough.
Okay.
So, I just thought a really bad thought there for a second when you said that.
Oh,
maybe she
planned it.
Maybe she faked it.
That is something that was just gotten in my mind as well, because what is the way to save 40 grand? Have somebody else show up, act like they're stealing your medication.
But why
maybe
would she...
something happened?
But why would she... But why though?
It's a $40,000 a month medication. Could you imagine what saving $40,000 could do?
Yeah.
If you don't have to buy medication for a month, or you have an extra supply of medication.
That'd be an extreme length.
I don't want to accuse her of anything.
No,
it
of
was
course
just
not.
something that popped into our heads and went, oh wow.
Now, it is highly unlikely.
Oh God,
that's
yes.
the case, because first off, here we have a camera that clearly saw the guy's face.
Yeah.
And we have a pop can that he left with his fingerprints on him. The worst fake hoax ever.
Oh, we've seen some really bad ones.
Yeah. True. So interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, this article could be actually
and hilarious.
This next one is actually
Now, this one, Grid.
This one is funny.
It's hilarious.
This one is funny. Okay. Indian man to sue his parents for giving birth to him without his consent wants to be paid for his life. Okay, now first of all, I was talking to my mom about this article. This guy here, him his parents, they're not stupid. His parents are lawyers and everything. He is apparently he's not like some guy off the street. He's apparently from what I was again told, because my mom pre-read the article for me. Thank you, Mom, for submitting. That he's not some guy off the street. Like, this is a guy who is an educated dude and everything. But he basically wants to sue his parents for him being born and not having his parents consent if he wanted to be born. Let me see if there's okay. So this is a quote from foxnews.com. Now the other thing is, this is actually a literal this is like a new thing that people are coming up with, and it's a new term. What was the
antinatalism?
Antinatalism. Okay.
Let's see. How do we pronounce this? Pronounce?
No, it's antinatalism. Yes, that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
Okay, so foxnews.com reported the man saying, "I want everyone in India and the world to realize one thing, that they are born without their consent. I want them to understand that they do not owe their parents anything," he said. "If we are born without our consent, we should be maintained for our life. We should be paid by our parents to live. To children, I would like to say, I do not do anything for your parents if you not like this whole statement is basically like, I didn't do anything to be born, and you didn't ask me, and I'm sitting there and I'm like,
okay.
You're
We're
a
going
baby.
Straight up rated R right here. What do they expect them to do? Do they expect them to say to the sperm and the egg, "Is it okay that we get together and do our thing"?
Are you saying that sperm and eggs are going to have consent forms?
Yeah. And then are we then here? I'm gonna go a little deeper here.
Oh gosh.
A little deeper.
Oh God.
Oh
wow.
Gosh.
Bad choice of words, by the way.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh.
My mind went there too. So.
Okay. So if the sperm and the eggs need consent to be born, does that make them legally living? And if that makes them legally living and alive, does that mean having an abortion at any time is now murder?
Well, no.
Or even better, taking any form of birth control because it kills the eggs and prevents fertilization. Would that be considered murder?
Masturbation would be considered murder at that point.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, you get worse and worse and worse as it goes in. Okay.
Oh gosh.
All right.
Okay, let's stop right there. I'm gonna moderate this and say, let's just stop right there. I'm terribly sorry about all this. But I mean, it's a valid point. But let's
like, when do you stop?
We do need to stop right there.
No. It's when do you say, at what point do you have to come up with a direct, this is a living human being.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a definition.
Mm-hmm.
So that way you can actually make rule sets for it.
Yeah.
At what point does a living being have legal rights and need consent for things?
I mean,
and the definitions we have now is fine. I think the definitions that we have now is fine. And I know that there is pro-life, there's pro-choice, and whatever. But the current legal definition is that if they are breathing, have a heartbeat,
mm-hmm.
and is outside of the womb, basically. As long as that is a living human being. I understand a lot of the arguments and things like that. I really do. I understand it on both sides. But that's the current definition. And I think that if we start changing that definition, it turns into a very slippery slope.
It does.
Of when do you stop?
Yeah.
You're going to have to start, people will keep going backwards.
Yeah. No, and I can understand, like, yeah, I could understand that too. Like, and I'm more of a pro-life person personally. If people aren't, if there's somebody here that's not, that's fine. I'm just saying that, like, it's weird. Like, I can understand maybe his point, but at the same time, it's like you're so, like, baby is forming, obviously biologically is forming, and like the baby just knows that it's hungry and that's in a warm place, being in the mom. It can't vocalize anything at the moment, although I don't know if I could be wrong biologically. I don't know if that's entirely possible or not, because I've obviously never been there in that stage of my life at the moment, obviously. But at some point, like, yeah, I can see his point, but at the same time I can't see his point, because, like, how does a baby say that because I mean, all it knows is that it's hungry, or that it needs attention, or its diaper needs changing, or whatever, depending on which stage the baby is in. So, like, it's kind of like, it's a funny article, but it's almost like I don't know. I don't know how to make of this now that you kind of stick that in there. I mean, the baby can't obviously say anything.
If he didn't want to be born to begin with, then he should have killed himself while he was in the womb.
But that's not possible. That's the thing. Like, it's not
exactly. Well, actually, I consider, and let me actually. Oh, he's back. I consider when a baby dies in the womb of, not abortion related, like they actually just, they just die because of either illness or some other issue. That's basically the baby's way of saying, I don't want to be born.
I don't know, because my mom's had a miscarriage, and it wasn't of her. Like, I mean, there are people who have, like, miscarriages, and that's
okay, yeah. I only gave a couple of examples. Obviously, there's a lot more examples, but when a woman has a miscarriage, it's the baby basically saying they don't want to be there.
I don't know if I agree with that.
This is getting into a lot of politics and things surrounding this whole subject. But I think what it comes down to is that if you start changing the definition, it has to have a concrete point of where it stops. And that it should not be changed any longer. Because as you start going backwards, you start getting to the point of conception. And at that point, it's like, okay, well, then if you have a miscarriage, is that considered murder? For, like, did you do anything to cause that miscarriage? Does there have to be a murder trial now? It starts getting slippery, and it starts getting a little bit mucky. And that's always been my worry with that. I mean, I can understand the arguments and things. It's just that I don't want to end up on that slippery slope.
Yeah, nor do I, honestly. And I, like, I mean, and also it depends also, like, and obviously everybody has their own different, like, moral, like, I don't want to say moral guidelines. How do I say it? Like, they have their own definitions based on personal belief systems. That's what that would be better. Personal beliefs. Yeah. And so, I think a lot of it is also based on personal beliefs, and since we all can't seem to agree on anything at the moment, with certain things, yes, I can see it being a very, very difficult thing to decide, or a very difficult thing to do. And yeah, it will never be able to be really worked out, because everybody has their different beliefs and stuff. Like, so at the same time, like it's while this article is kind of funny, I can also see where like this particular belief can be a very dangerous one and could cause a lot more societal problems that we already got.
Yeah.
That can be very dangerous. I mean, because you're setting a precedent at that point. If he wins, you're setting a precedent in that country that says that you are a human being before you're born. And that causes a problem with the law. So then you have to either change the law or overturn the ruling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So let's get on to the next article. I mean,
Sure.
we have what, 3 more articles we wanted to cover. Let's pick one.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, okay. The quickest one is just the bathroom warning. I mean, it's really short. If basically, the guy went in, said, where did he actually say? What did he just say? Oh my goodness.
We need to get out because
Professional.
Y'all need to get out of here because I'm fixing to blow it up. He's going to a bathroom in the Home Depot, and what he's actually referring to is the fact that he's about to go in there and drop, big load into the toilet. But people actually thought he was referring to bomb. So they called 911.
Oh my gosh.
And the police showed up and it was like, "Are you kidding me?" I mean, I'm assuming he was like, Are you kidding me? I just wanted to take a dump." And I was warning people that it's about to start to stink in here.
Oh my god. That is amazing.
Wow. That is amazing.
Our culture has devolved to this point.
Okay, here, there's
where
a video here.
bathroom humor is now considered a threat.
Really, it should have been more of a warning for those customers in the restroom.
We just had a customer here apparently made what may have been a bomb threat.
Okay, what exactly did he say?
He said, somebody told me there's a bomb in here, you need to leave the building. He said it 3 times.
What?
Well, that's the 911 call that led police to the Home Depot at K96 in Woodlawn. Someone there told staff they overheard the threat in the store's restroom. Police did some investigating. They learned it was not a bomb threat in a literal sense. They say a man was in a stall when he told others in the restroom, quote, "Y'all need to get out of here because I'm fixing to blow it up," end quote. One witness even said he laughed at the remark and took it as a joke. Once police tracked the man down, it became clear it was a misunderstanding. He said he just really needed to go to the restroom and he wanted to warn others of the severity of his need. Officers did clear up the confusion with Home Depot, and everyone here is laughing now.
How can you not? Glad you read it.
I know. Why did I get stuck with that one?
He was just trying to warn them. Jacob, save us from this.
That's actually pretty funny. Oh my gosh. It's like the one. Okay. I have a quick story. I was at a camp as a very younger individual, and we had a joke in the cabin that we were staying at. And when someone didn't flush the toilet, they would go, "Who left an explosion in here?" Oh no!
I love our culture has devolved to the point where bathroom humor is now a threat to our lives.
Oh gosh!
Oh my goodness!
It's amazing.
The only other great article was that there was an old NES game that sold for $100,000 at auction, and Stuntman actually had I given this article to him because he knows a little bit more about retro games. So if you want to quick rapid fire this article, that'd be cool.
Do we got time for that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
go real fast.
Yeah, I've got like 5 minutes.
Okay, rapid fire, go.
If my internet decides it's going to hold out here. So a Super Mario Brothers NES cartridge sold for $100,000. So now, here's the thing about that. Don't go running off to your attic yet. It was a very special cartridge. It was still in the box with its original manual. It was in perfect condition,
Mhm.
and it was a very limited print cartridge that was sent to test markets. How do we know that? Because it wasn't shrink wrapped. It was sealed with a very specialized Nintendo sticker. This sticker is so rare that it's probably more rare than a Black Lotus
Hmm.
from Magic the Gathering. It's incredibly rare. It just isn't out there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, clearly
Because
it is. Somebody bought it.
Yeah, and what's interesting about this is it's Super Mario Brothers, which was one of their very first games for the Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why this is so rare. It's the first game it launched. You know, it's the face that launched 1,000 ships type scenario.
Wow.
It's the game that launched the Nintendo. It's the game that put it on the face of the planet. It was the game that brought the game market back.
Nice.
So that's why this is so expensive. That's why it's so rare, and it's incredible that it even exists.
Nice.
Because I mean, you have to think about this is a test market.
Yeah.
These are games being given away in a test market to very select individuals, and one person just happened to be like, meh, and put it in a box.
That's amazing. They didn't even know what they had that they actually put it up for auction.
More than likely, what it was probably an estate thing. Either somebody died and and a box passed on to a family member that saw it and went, "What's this?"
Yep.
I mean, the amount of things that had to happen for that scenario to come about is really interesting to begin with. But I mean, I'm still amazed this thing exists. I'm still kind of speechless when you brought this article up this morning because I was like, "Wow, are you kidding me?"
Wow.
Because when you told me, I was like, Super Nintendo, what? How? Why? And then I went and I started reading the article, and I went flabbergasted. I went full like, what?
Nice.
So do you think the owner is going to go ahead and open it and play it?
Oh, hell no. They're not going to touch that thing because we have the test cartridges already. I mean, those things have already been found. They've already been messed with and taken apart and things to see the difference in them. So there's no need to. I mean, it's a test. Basically, it's a testament to. It's a living testament, or not a living testament. It's a real life testament to Nintendo's beginning.
Cool.
That just doesn't exist. I mean, and then you have things like that's always interesting was like the Nintendo CD that Sony was working with them on, and somebody found a working model of.
Nice. Wow.
Possibly the only one in existence.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, you get things like that, and Nintendo went through a lot of changes, and they went through a lot of development, and they developed a lot of weird crap. And a lot of it they never even released.
Wow.
They may have tested, or they may have tested in a market, but they never released it. So there's so many really interesting, cool collectibles for Nintendo. So seeing something like this as like a big retro gamer guy just makes me salivate.
Nice. Cool. All right, we're gonna head and wind down the show. Thank you. Obviously, that's a great article for sure, definitely.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening and watching to the show and everything. We'll be back. Let me see. Make a quick check the calendar date. We'll be back on actually in March. Let me see.
March 2nd.
March 2nd. So yeah, we look forward to that. And Stuntman, thank you for being a guest on the show. Really appreciate you being here for a second time. We'd love to have you again if you're ever interested, for sure. So
yeah, I pulled up my camera real fast so I can at least wave goodbye.
Oh, and then I have to pull in the source. Oh, can I do it? Can I do it? Wait.
Can you do it?
Can you do it?
Done.
Can you do it?
There you go. Go ahead and wave. All right, awesome. All right, guys, thank you so much. We will see you next time. Have an awesome rest of your Saturday and an even better Monday, and we'll see you then.
We'll see you later.
Respected companies. All songs used for broadcast. Intro music, Retro Funky by Persephone. Remix by Sundance. Outro music, 305 by Approaching Nirvana. All music belongs to their respected copyright holders. For article submissions, questions, comments, or concerns, please email us at themorningmetro@gmail.com.